Alright, what's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave, fresh off the Jennings Klitschko fight. Excuse the noise. My father's upstairs making a bunch of noise. My uncle's upstairs too. Uh, yeah, it was a really good fight, man. Shout out to both fighters. Jennings showed a lot of heart. He gave Klitschko a tough fight, the toughest fight I've seen him in quite some time. Okay, it was a very good fight, very entertaining fight. Um, uh, the scorecards, they were all right. I really didn't see Jennings winning more than 3 or 4 rounds. But he put on a very good effort. I like Klitschko. Klitschko did good. He showed a lot of technical skills in there, and even in the 12th round, he didn't run. You can actually tell that he wanted to really get the knockout. And even in the 12th round, I think he hurt Jennings. Jennings came out blazing in that 12th round. And as soon as he got caught with a good shot, he backed off a little bit. And then he tried to go again later in the round. And he got hit with another good shot, okay? Um, so it was a very good fight. As far as the ref, I think the ref should have did a better job with the points and warnings, okay? If you're going to warn somebody and tell them, there's no reason for you to keep warning someone, hey, next time I'm going to take a point. All right, you're either going to take the point or not going to take the point. I think that would have been a significant change because I think the first time he warned Klitschko, um, gave him a strict warning and told him and warned him that he was going to take a point. It was like the fifth round, as early as the fifth round. And Klitschko kept doing it. And he never took a point, okay? But to counter that, Jennings was actually coming up under Klitschko a lot, all right? There were times that he was holding himself, okay? So I can't put all the blame onto Vladimir. Um, I think a lot of those times he was just coming in and he was holding himself, or he was at least under Klitschko, right? So I can't really give Klitschko the blame. I don't really look at it as, I don't think it was as bad as the Povetkin fight. Um, but Jennings showed a lot of effort. Okay, he showed some durability. I mean, he did take some good shots from Klitschko. In fact, Klitschko took some good shots from Jennings as well. You got to look at that too. One thing I said in the video I made, if you haven't watched, I made a video this morning, pretty much final thoughts and me talking about what Jennings would have to do to win. Jennings showed early, right? He was a little shaky the first couple of rounds, especially the first round. Jennings showed early that he can close the distance and he can get inside. Um, the high guard obviously worked for him because Klitschko just couldn't land the right hand as cleanly as he usually does. And then when he did, Jennings pretty much ate the shots anyway. But when Jennings got close, I was expecting him to shoot a straight right or come up with an uppercut. He didn't do that, all right, unfortunately. He was just trying to land big looping shots. And I knew that wasn't going to hurt because Klitschko's height and, his defense, he was basically, he was turning a lot of punches. He's blocking a lot of punches with his guard. And Jennings wasn't going to land that one overhand right or hook or whatever, or every looping shot that he was trying to throw. It wasn't going to land, and we seen that before with Povetkin. It wasn't going to land because he was blocking. Klitschko was blocking the punches with his shoulders. So when you get inside that close, I was expecting Jennings to throw the uppercut or just like come in with the high guard and go straight with a straight right. And he really wasn't doing that when he was close, okay? When he was shooting a straight right, he was doing it more from the far outside. And it would close the distance, or would help close the distance. But when he was inside, he should have been throwing more uppercuts. He did good with the body punching, though. He did very good. He was very effective with that. But Klitschko showed a lot for a guy his age. He still showed that he has stamina, right? We already knew that, like going into this, a lot of people felt that the stamina was going to play a key issue, and I thought it was too. But Klitschko showed, listen, this was a good fight between two good fighters, and both showed that they have skills. They showed a lot of heart, both fighters. It was a very good fight. I was impressed with Jennings. I think he is a true contender at the heavyweight division, all right? I think he lost his chance of being the unified, undisputed champ because he didn't beat Klitschko, but I think he is a live threat to anybody else in the division. Okay, for most of these guys in the division. Let me say that. Okay, so whatever happens with him, I think what is Deontay Wilder. I don't know if Tyson Fury would be an option for him, but I think if he were to fight Deontay Wilder, he would be a good challenger. I mean, a lot of us thought that anyway, but now that we've seen a fight with Klitschko, the guy looks good. He's legit. He's legit. We don't have to talk about experience anymore. Now he has experience with fighting Klitschko, going 12 rounds with him, and actually giving him a good fight. So that's my thoughts on it. As far as a rematch, Klitschko doesn't need to give him a rematch. I mean, it was a close fight. I think a lot of people are excited to see a rematch because of the fact that he did give Klitschko a good fight, a better fight than the majority of the last Klitschko opponents. But outside of that point, he really didn't come close to winning the fight, in my opinion. Okay, whether you give Jennings 3 rounds, 4 rounds, or whatever, he really didn't come that close. Okay, there's some people. My dad thinks Jennings only won 2 rounds. All right, it's people that have. Everybody's gotta have their own opinion. I think Jennings might have won 3 or 4 rounds. All right, but as far as actually winning the fight, he didn't really come close to winning the fight. And Klitschko did take some good shots from him, and we all know he has a glass jaw. But he never really seemed bothered by anything from Jennings. So, and he was able, and he actually walked Jennings down in the 12th round. We got to remember that it's the 12th round. Jennings came at him, showed a lot of heart, but Klitschko didn't back down, and he was walking Jennings down at the end of the fight. Okay, so it was a very good fight. Jennings legit. Klitschko, he's not getting old. I don't want to hear any of that. Klitschko is not getting old. He just fought a very young, hungry fighter that has skills, okay? So let's not talk about the inexperience anymore. I think both fighters are legit at this stage, and I would like to see more from Jennings, and I would like to see Klitschko try to unify these titles with Deontay Wilder. That's what I want to see next, or fight Tyson Fury. But honestly, I want him to fight Deontay Wilder now because I want there to be one champ in the heavyweight division. So I would rather them fight first. If it's not going to be Wilder, let it be Fury because I think besides Wilder and Fury, there's not really any other threat to Klitschko in the heavyweight division. Okay, and Jennings, I think he's, he's gained a lot of fans from this fight. Okay, he did a good job. He lost, but he still did a good job. All right. So anyway, that's the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe and have a good night.